Okay, we should be good to go, and that's the last time I said that today is Moogle Mogg Day. Wait, what? Where is this? Oh, this is still like in Gridania. I thought that it was gonna be somewhere else, I don't know why. I thought that maybe, you know, Asumi and stuff would be on the field rather than just in their lazy white mage place, but no dice. They are being very lazy. On the upside, it's like literally over here. Still, my frame rate would like stop trying to crap itself. It's mostly because I have extra programs open. Let me just make sure that none of them are Skype. Because if they were, and that's gonna... Yeah, we saw what Skype does to my frame rate previously. No. Good! Everything that I have open is I need open, so oh well. Welcome, Magnanimous, welcome! Thank you. That you should be the one to face good King Moogle Mogg is of great comfort. Me and to the elementals both. And I am sure, you know, the Moogles are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet should the king be suffered to remain, it's like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary and inform me when you're ready to see the king. Oh, another thing, I'm not wearing glasses right now because it feels more comfortable, but that means letters are very blurry. Ooh. Ooh. I think we found today's dungeon! It is well that you're here, Magnanimous. Did I just skip? Speak to you in the name of 3 Seats Eorzea. This can't seem that you already know as the guardian of our fair land, you Sumblings Hashi. It is the younger of the pair, Arancina, who hears the voice of the elementals with great clarity. And what he has heard lately is troubling indeed. These dark stirrings we have traced to the lost city of Amdapor in the South Shroud. The city once throve in the fullness of magic during its 5th asteroid era, but it has sealed in the wake of its demise. Alas, the 12th wood has been out of balance since the calamity, so Riotus has its aspect become that the seal was severely weakened. When this happened, the forest surrounding the city began to wither and die. We would enjoin you to investigate the cause. Now I must confess that this is the task for the Twin Adder normally, but we do not live in normal times, Magnanimous. Company is spread thin, so can you do that? Go and see the seats here! Okay. I will. First, I need to see... Let me just relaunch my chat. Perfect. Now I can write myself a message to make it go away. It was not on, fortunately. So you know, if anybody came and chatted, it would have been missed. We can't have that. The wards barring access to King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones. The self-same method employed 5 years ago when first the king was summoned to Eorzea. Oh my god, it was summoned before. It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians when then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kupo confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Moogles Guard themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry into the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Moogles might succumb to the corrupting influence of the Liege Lord. We must needs have Kuplokop's keystones magnanimous. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at Whetstone Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I am certain he will yield. I feel like he will be like, I want a Koopa nut. And though he seems to understand how serious the situation is. I mean, he seemed pretty serious before. Gotta say I like Redacted. That is not a stable 41 FPS game, don't lie. Ah, I think the game knows. Is somewhere out there. Wish that it wouldn't do the jittery thing. Hello! So, how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there is truly no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier, I'll go on ahead. You flying through the water, then? Well, it looks like just taking the ferry might have been easier for you, too. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied no matter how many crystals you bring him. We offered you a choice and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this Rogadin? Imperials, Gridanians, Sylphs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo. Traitor to his king's Moogles. He plots treason against the crown. Enough, Kuplokop will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy this will of good King Moogle Mogg. May he reign forevermore, Kupo. The king is planning to purge the 12th of his enemies, Kupo. We gotta stop him before it's too late! Well, just let me in! The entrance to Thorn Match is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward, but be warned, the Moogle's Guard will set traps to lure enchanted beasts. Can't hide from them, so you'll have to protect me, Kupo. Okay. Escort safely, got it. Being very safe, following the path, being very safe. There's a fungi. Fungi. You're such a fun guy. Thank God that we're a tank because we can actually pull aggro. Fun guy gotten rid of. Come here, follow me and my mushroom. I meant... Sorry, buffalo. I meant buffalo. I'm not a mean person. I don't mean to insult my buffalo. Aw, he's fighting... I thought he was fighting the scrolls too. Because I'm pretty sure he said take this at one point. And he's like, don't let them hurt me! Well done, cat. You have closed the door. Hope you're proud of yourself. Yes, imagine that. The door moves. That's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. But where's Kupo? Oh, that's where Kupo is. Okay, I have determined who am I protecting and where he is. Good first steps, me. That's the most important bit in any protection mission. Carefully sidestepping the wild boar. One of them here. Don't know what happened with the rest of them. Oh, they're coming. They're coming. Good. Is Kupo safe? Fucking hellcats! Okay, I do really want a higher frame rate, so let me try something. Project saved. Now it should be safe to close. Ah, there we go. I had Adobe open because I was doing video editing. Still not completely smooth. We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus, like when you attune to an aetheryte, Kupo. I'll open the way for you. I'm attuning to this flower. The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back to where he came. Yes, Thornbatch is one of those. It's first of the, how's it called yet? Trials that are only available in hard and extreme variety. Like, we're no longer gonna get normals. Like, even the leveling ones will be called hard now. Might actually be called normal, but they just go to extreme regardless. Like, no other trial from now on has a free version thing. Oh, average wait time 10 minutes. We can't have that. I may as well go and finish unlocking that dungeon. Frame rate doesn't look too bad. I'm still quite worried about it. Mostly because I never felt like the game was this jittery before. Oh, I shouldn't have gone down here, should I? Hello. Ah, hear about the cursed pile of rocks they call the lost city of Amdapor, I assume? I am Rhea Osina, sister of the elder Seer. Brother Isumiyan hasn't told you much, has he? Discretion is the better part of his valor. Well, aside from Amdapor Keep, the city is all that remains of an advanced magical civilization from the 5th Astral Era. No records survive on how the city met its end, but the elementals tell us that it was undone by what the Great One calls an unclean presence. I fear that what my brother senses in this very thing is these satedness drained away after so many centuries. It hungers for another city to slake its thirst on. I'll take it from here, sister. Can we finish this cutscene, or should we press OK? There you are, brother. You must dawdle so and leave the tedious explanations to me. Now convey all you felt the artful adventure. Okay, well, I think we'll have to just press it and come back to talking after this. Which is gonna be annoying, because I'll probably have to rerun, because I will probably be at the start of the Bramble path again. Yay! Music. Kupo, what in the 7 hells are they? Meddling adventures, I would wager. Moogle's Guard, to arms! Defend the king, Kupo! Actually quite easy to wipe. Simply because people do not listen to instructions and don't kill the ads. Ruffletub, Kupta Kappa. Ah, turn in. Hoopna Paco, the tail turner. Furryfoot, Pooply Kip. review of this Shaggy song. This is like playing the happy. Like, you can't just like stare at them and not feel happy unless you got stuck on this trial for quite a bit or got stuck on it in extreme and are really pissed at it. That's why I was so happy to find the fact that I can like fly around with the music. Why do my cats always play all day? I mean, I understand that they're cats, but it's really noisy and everything gets destroyed. Ouch. Is any of the healers still alive? Yeah. Hope they do something. Trying to res your fellow healer? Yeah, there we go. And one thing that you want to do is res your fellow healer, always. Now, if you are DPS, what you want to do is not AoE damage, because you will likely die. I am very happy to see that everybody's getting raised. Ah, they're upset. They're like, my king. My king! Oh, wait, blue. I don't need it. Moogle weapons are funny looking. You did it, Kupo! You did it, good King Moogle Mogg! May his mighty soul rest in peace is no more! I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogle's guard when you did. Thank you, Magnanimous. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the sheepmen will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Puknipak that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Raya-O at Camp Tranquil, and you can relay the news of the chieftain. Wasn't that where I wanted to go for Andapor's Keep as well? So that's very convenient. Yeah, it is. Camp Tranquil? Camp Tranquil. Well, that's nice. Ah. Got it. So once again, this conversation. Let's have it again. I stopped after you introduced your brother. My sister paints me as a bumbling rustic, but I assure you I am nothing of the sort. I'm simply attuned to something greater. Which brings us to that darkness stirring in Amdapor behind the barrier. Something has kindled there, and daily it grows, and how distraught the elementals are. I've not seen anything like of it. They show me what feels like awakening and nightmares. I fear this calls for more prosaic sensing than that of my rare gift. Some disaster slouches towards us. Might you discover the source of those dark visions and nip it in the bud? You are our best hope, Magnanimous. Surely you can find the will to journey to Amdapor. And don't worry about returning here to tell us of us findings. The elementals will doubtless keep us appraised. But enough talk. Good luck. We don't want to hear from you ever again. Okay. Hearing from me ever again. Do I dare believe my ears, good King Moogle Mogg? May his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all as fallen. All Moogle's kind owes you a debt, Kupo. Oh, and I sense Ryo wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Your bravery in service to the Twelves Wood and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, Magnanimous. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the woman responsible. Pray return to the Lotus stand to entreat her to a full account of today's event, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Sister! Oh yeah. So, the person in control of the whole Gridania is your sister then? Okay. My, what a royal family you got. Okay, this way. Yoo-hoo! Theater of Gridania, sir! Madam. Person. It was definitely a person. Music just makes me happy. You see, Heavensward areas sometimes make me sad because just how good it was. It was like the best expansion pack, and Stormblood disappointed me so much that whenever I'm sent back there I go, will I always be stuck reminiscing about Heavensward, or will I find Shadowbringers to be much better than Stormblood? It doesn't even have to be as good as Heavensward, it just has to be better than Stormblood. And I feel like Stormblood literally took away everything that I like to do in this game. Took away my ability to build a relic, because it's in Eureka now, and Eureka's really depressing. Took away my ability to raid. Because the raids are now kind of bland. Very old Final Fantasy music. And the story isn't anywhere as engaging. I really hope that I don't just get stuck going, oh, Heavensward was Final Fantasy's golden years, because that would be very sad. It's very sad when you can't top your first expansion. The Elder Seedseer is expecting you, madam. May I show you in? Yes. Magnanimous, you return to us unharmed and victorious. Thus I have 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Then it is as we feared. The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him, for one thing. Not even a god to them. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that though a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Moogles called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the ether which compromised him, instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every aspect the same. Which means Asians. The whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupo? They said it was a masked man who taught them how years ago, but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all! How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and the crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Magnanimous. Already the information you have provided has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing the other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Science shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Stall. We knew we could count on you, my lady! While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and appraise the antecedent of all that has transpired? I'm your message boy, I'm your message boy, I'm your message boy, girl message boy. I completely forgot to actually speak with the person that was like right in front of the dungeon, so as an idiot I'm traveling there again. This one. Let me in! Why is the land out of balance? The earth aspect sapped by the calamity. You had best be prepared. Yes! Just let me in! Thank you, now we have a dungeon unlocked for later today. A dungeon a day keeps the boredom away. Also keeps the main scenario lull away. When we get to Heavensward, I will be doing a lot of side quests instead when we run out of main scenario. But for now, because we're kind of stuck doing it, I just feel like doing a dungeon a day is kind of a good interruption. I'm trying to very awkwardly heal this Satsuna. I think that is what it's called. This is very awkward to do in one hand. Soon gonna be talking to someone. Then I could briefly use my second hand. I miss my second hand. Okay. The Viking Sands! Hope you will relocate to Mordona soon so that I don't have to make this trip all the time. Okay, I should stop using my two hands. I had a healer that only had one hand once and... that life must really suck. There we go. It's good to see you hale and healthy, Magnanimous. I received word from Ida and Papalimo that you had felt good King Moogle Mogg, but I had hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as Stash said, summoned with the same methods used by the beast tribes and taught by the Essence. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Our offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Wesper Bay. So, as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to contact future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, that need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Magnanimous. That sounds really threatening, Minfilia. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Eorzea. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not heard to disagree. These walls had borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our Order's history. Mayhap it's best, for we do not forsake them entirely. Eorzea shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of Primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alice shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Eorzea, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I had forgotten something important. How about the broken stick on your wall? That seems like something you want to keep, no? I think Eorzea will not be alone because I'm pretty sure that all of these supplier people are staying with him. Thou art ever welcome, Ignomus, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern of my well-being. The countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap, though, it thinks this chapter of our tale concluded that these halls should rightly be considered to the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, freely he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravery stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor faded by the eons. And still man glorieth in his discoveries. This though his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, whilst they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost sooner than they are found. Ow. Sigh, be not offended, magnanimous. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite the surpassing strength and all many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would the same could be said of... Are you talking about Minfilia behind her back? Ah! Whence came that cry? The Solar! 12 for Ven, the antecedent! Why do you keep on calling her the antecedent? It's a very creepy name. I don't even know what it means. Magnanimous, you must... Let you sleep, yes, I know. Tell me, Luswa, would you have done the same? Luswa was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had ever met him prior to his passing. Oh, hello there! Beautiful coat. An Asian here? How? How readily you see. You are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you're not like the others, your robes. Gifted but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennial. Not millennial, millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who? You speak of La Habrea. La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I only confirm that which you already know. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You... what are... We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? That man just standing there in a corner. I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave. But I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's Stall. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It's like, funny little midget. Would be ashamed to kill it. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge of both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowness, fleshes, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not? So it is with all but chosen few. Even you, when young, could not see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing! The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us for what we are, rather than this crude approximation. Ooh. Aracian's pretty. The Hebrea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Hebrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are! Mayhap I was indelicate. This a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? So what's the point, just to have a talk and she was rude to run at him, or did he actually want to kill her? Think there's no need to explain? Save your concern, he did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry, what happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Oriander, send word to the students of Bydesian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Asian robed in white, however oblique, I would know about it. An Asian, my lady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands, yet Asians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him magnanimous. Turn on every stone in Wesper Bay if you have to. Pray attend me, Tatar. Search for him. Why? You had to say he walked away. Why would we like... Hey buddy, what were you doing with my friend there? Hope you had a nice chat. Why did you zap her with purple magics? Would he really like stay around to just sit around here? Why? Why would you do such a thing? Maybe he's like, ah, I'm just gonna enjoy a bench outside. Hmm? Apparently the game's convinced that we're gonna find him. Here, little Asian. Here, little Asian. Where have you gone? Oh. Oh. Hi? Hello? I'm told that you're a warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Shall you survive? We shall speak again. I'm just gonna walk in this line. Oh no! I am being judged with imps. Such a bad judgment. Whatever shall I do? However shall I fight some imps? I mean, this has worked on probably many other people that did not carry an axe with them. Or were specifically against having snowballs thrown at them. Who has ever died to an imp? Okay, you okay there, white man? And are you sure? Because that was a puny judgment. Can't you summon anything better? Ah! But this is one target, it's even easier. Come here. See what I mean? Anything better? Please. I can kill some goblins for you as well if you would like. You were just so set on annihilating the nature because... Unless you can summon me a giant dragon and like... Oh, it's 2 of them now. 2. That will surely make the matters better. I wonder at what gear level is this intended for, because this isn't very hard with what I'm wearing. Oh, I know this is intended for eye level 50 or something though. Why do you want to walk into Cape Westwind, Asian-sama? Will you speak with me now? Ah, no. There you go! Summon your ASEAN friends. Much better idea. I mean, not that it will work, but at least you're taking me a lot more serious now. Not the Froggo, the ASEAN, need to remind myself. Why is your conjurer, instead of healing, just throwing some stones? How is that gonna help anyone, eh? This is where you should most definitely be casting the heal on yourself. Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save she who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Well, the last bit anyway, but the previous one, I don't... Gargoyles and imps, really? Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that this is how permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that she could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain. But surely you must feel it. Her indulgence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again. As it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives all you will. Only believe me when I say this. I'm Elidibus, emissary bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. And there I am, greeted by a toad's butt. Okay, back to Minfilia I go. We have the dude's name, at least. Wonder if he's handsome. Wonder how do Asians replicate? If they just, like, put the gift on another person and they become an Asian, or do they, like, make Asian babies? How would an Asian baby even look like? Why did he sound like one of those crazy people that are yelling doom on the streets? Thank the gods you returned, Magnanimous. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon, he was waiting for you. What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again? Of when does he speak, and of what exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems that I will have to be content with wealth of additional questions. Why did you give me a bottle of blood? What am I supposed to do with this lady? Let us set aside the matter of this Asian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before we depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is that more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for near on a half-decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly concealed misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be a single greatest threat in Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years. Though there is much within, I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. So this is all I have left of my father. And before Urianger goes, I need to dip his in acid to figure out the true meaning of these words. I bring you a journal, for Minfilia could not travel this distance on her own. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? Father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well, can I imagine the antecedent's pain upon mine honor? I swear to spare no effort in study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Magnanimous, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to... Once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the 7th Heaven Revan installed. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aetheryte and Revenant stall. After all, it's right on our doorstep. I'm like, oh, the security breach. And I mean, I took like 1 minute. Did she like sprint upstairs? I couldn't wait any longer. I just ran for it. I really didn't want to share a carriage with you for multiple hours. Watch them arrive there faster than me, despite them taking the road and me taking the Aetheryte. How long does Aetheryte travel take? It is instant, isn't it? Welcome, Magnanimous, welcome. This is your first time here, if I'm not mistaken. I think you're going to like our new home. Well, what are you waiting for? Go in and have a look. Woo! New home! Nice place. Ah, Flamin is like... He has a bar. That's nice. Oh, you wish to help? That's very kind of you, but I can manage on my own. Besides, you should be out having grand adventures, not withering away here with me. Ori Boulder. The horror. I love the smell of victory in the morning. It smells like sweat. No. Mustoy sauce. No, victory. Yeah, victory. So here we are, completely independent and unquestionably neutral. Or at least more so than before. Truth be told, I cannot say it feels that different, of course. Ida begs to differ. So you have lots of wine and barrels. You have the alcohol stand we can go. You have some like sitting places with gambling. I see we're up to great deeds indeed. Where are you? I did not realize the signs had moved until I arrived in West Bay. Thankfully, Urianger was kind enough to direct me here. I know I only just joined, but if there is anything I can do to help, please let me know. That must have been a shock to her. You arrive at work and you're at the wrong place. As you can see, our Charlian allies have furnished us with wealth of new tomes. It was so prudent for you to broaden your knowledge as well. No thanks. Got enemies to chop, have no time to speak. It is not wonderful, Magnanimous. Nary a single presumptuous merchant has darkened our door. I know full well that they will come in time, but for now let's enjoy our respite. Well, when they do come, we can get them drunk. That's the sure thing. Glittering the outside of this room. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the science of the Seventh Dawn. For today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Science of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea! I suppose you're supposed to treasure happy moments. But there was a time when everybody was alive in this game and they were all happy. Remember that. A moment of your time, Magnanimous, I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which brings me to admit no delay. My and every attempt to contact the students of Baldesion have been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. Ring, ring. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. There's this one dude that just like took off his link shell and he's like, I'm coming, I'm on the toilet. Oh, you stopped ringing. Never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught had befallen the students of Baldesion, they may know of it. Through and through, if it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can just assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. It is possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Where is this mysterious place with students of Baldesion? Where is he going? I want to go too. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from Crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps, or other, or use, and which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out Alar Hebrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. And I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. And yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world of their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Magnanimous. I discern them all around, and disturbance is too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless that paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my steward hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Shall anything arise, you will be informed. Kryle, where are you? Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion, your intentions unclear. They survived the Seventh Ardor and the stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, and so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of this plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And at long last they see. Why do you have meetings in some underground prison cells? Is that how you live your lives? I am sorry, this is our meeting room. It is a dirty, filthy prison cell. We like it in here. Okay, that was the fact that I got an achievement. I'm gonna consider that to have been a full patch cycle. Which means that we probably just finished 2.1. 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5 remaining. What was I gonna check? Oh yeah. How many quests have I done today? Five or six? Not enough. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of series of convert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. That facial expression. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by the lack of progress. Needless to say that I'd not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to the Primal, we can ill afford to wait the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Stola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. Have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. Only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Stop stealing my sesame cakes. I mean crystals. Horizon. Oh, why not? When I run out of those tickets, then at least it will stop asking me. Ah, Magnanimous! Your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time you might better be spent in conversation with Fufulupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Ah, hello there, Magnanimous, was it? Ishtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thieves. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it will be greater than... Ah, but never mind that, I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavy-laden carriage refused to halt for inspection, broke through one of our checkpoints at Royal Allegan subway. Alas, my colleagues have no mounts, which to give chase. Our scouts have reported seeing a cart of same description bound for Eastern Thanalon. Ah! What kind of police are you? Stop! No, I won't. Well, we don't have any cars, so I guess off you go. A speeding carriage, that would seem curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. And the Marcha do have a foothold in Eastern Thanalon. Thancred is already afield with a unit of brass blades. I shall instruct him to take up position to the east of the Beastman's encampment. Pray join him there. My fat panda. I like my fat panda. Very fat and panda-y. I always like the pretties in this place. And the game in general, I mean, the environments are very well done. And one thing that I do not doubt about Shadowbringers is that I am gonna enjoy the leveling. Because never once have leveling zones failed me in this game. Ah, Magnanimous! For once it is you who is fashionably late. We seized the errant carriage and its excitable coachman not long ago. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest— Huh? Ah, sadly no. The coachman had no hand in the crystal thefts, and judging by my survey of their encampment, neither did the Amalja. Let's discuss this in Yoshida's presence, shall we? I'll see you back in Horizon. So someone just stole a whole bunch of crystals and just disappeared. And you told me to come on over here for no good reason. Okay. Okay. What a time waster. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. But all indications they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain the crystals and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we're missing something. While you think about what it may be, I shall inform you, Reandra, of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then.
A voice!
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Please continue speaking. I hate reading.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to— Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toe.
Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness?
Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Welcome to the story of Doman refugees. To be fair, it was quite interesting how they introduced something that in Heavensward becomes a race, and then in Stormblood you finally see where they come from. It's like it's a 2 expansion thing. I did like that continuation though. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I shall try picking Fufulupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, don't like picking Fufulupa's brain. It needs a toothpick, it's that small. And what of the brass blades of the rose? Can you say for certain that none were involved? Being honest, I cannot. I have done my utmost to purge the corruption from our ranks since Captain Veldewind was brought to justice, but of those who remain, well, let's just say that there are many of who wants to exceed their wealth. I fear the presence of a traitor would go some way to explain how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long. Would be most unfortunate if your fears proved to be well-founded, Fufulupa. Indeed, it is for reasons of security that Concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in the horizon to another location. Their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such shipment would surely be well guarded. Would the thieves as willy as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not. But neither would the Concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikoti miner traveling without escort as not to attract undue attention. But who? Ah, I see. Yes, the Concern may very well elect to do that. But to travel with so much cargo would be strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge of Hammerley. Fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Magnanimous? You lie in wait the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. We're doing an ambush! We're doing an ambush! Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if those thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. You mean bring my trusty axe? Oh, but why would I do such a thing? I surely wouldn't have thought about it already. At least where we lie in wait, it's not that far. Maybe I'll take the foot. Why pick a mount when you can instead pick a foot? We standing, we waiting. Ooh. Kill them all! Okay, so you two are Rogadins and you're wearing robes. Got it. That's about all I can say about them. Look, guy, if I wanted to kill you, I would just tap you, but I'll let you commit suicide. See, maybe you shouldn't have touched my thorns! If all you have is a shooty and somebody is this close to you, you may as well want to run. Say. Now, were these the right thieves? That's the question. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You're unharmed? A gang of sea-wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea-wolves? All of them? Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in the horizon, I have inquiries to make. The horizon, then. Fufulupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Something tells me that I'm gonna be singing Leviathan soon enough. It's just a hunch. It also might be my memory, but I did this like good, what, 3 years ago maybe? So it won't be that good. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to the horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. With you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then, by your leave, I shall very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No, I am afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good for his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling the Zomnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea-wolf, Flemenson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You will have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me appraised of any developments. Ah, the beep beep is voiced. Yes, she's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where the duty leads. The duty is leading me to the bushes. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Nod! Okay, so where to now? Do I get to talk with the mysterious Doman refugee? The antecedent made me to tell you to make for Wesper Bay, where young Alpinode awaits for your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alpinode has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitor's brass blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. I know what this calls for. A dungeon break! Dungeon break. Dungeon break. Goes wherever dungeon break goes. Though I may run up as well. I mean, I'm in the area anyway. I can't wait. The dungeon break. It's a very weird way of motivating yourself to finish the main story scenario. Like, I get a dungeon break every single day and I can choose when I take it. Oh my, that is very red. What's that about legendary weapons? Ooh. Pretty sure that's the one we're doing right now. I may pick up one here tomorrow. You are late. No matter, I know where our visitors are headed. From what I've been able to gather, the vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes? Northard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors an announced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best of circumstances. Needless to say, I shall be very interested to hear their tale, and, more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. With what would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me, you two old magnanimous. Unless I am mistaken, I'm rarely mistaken, we will find the Damas bickering with Sultan Swarm on Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance, if our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. Shall see you, Nolda. And Nolda is where my main lives. For the goblet always has open plots. I really do enjoy checking the open plots in the goblet because it always feels very exciting to go home shopping. Because you're like, ooh, this one's open and this one's open. Oh, wherever shall I live? I always choose very secluded places to live. I swear Royal Promenade had the teleportation thingy. Oh yeah, the Chamber of Rule. Okay, I'm gonna wait here until our dungeon pops. How long does it take to find the healer? Email checking time. That should be very bright. Appear to be very bright. Okay, still haven't popped. I hate relying on other players. Sometimes they're just not playing at the same time as me. Let me just... Social free company, recruited. Yeah, I have resorted to reading the party finder. And also blacklist the gold seller. Oh, many loved duties. Let us see the cutscene then. Matters not how many times you ask. Without necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken those doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. Gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart, I know his kind well. I hope you will find me more to your liking. Alpinode Lavanor at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes very unique in this time world, at least. You indeed are your allies in Ulda. Okay, we're gonna see this thing again. Again. Because it finally popped. Kinda like this place. You get to revisit it in a hard version. If I'm synced down, it means that I'm over here, which is good. Ah, the music's so pretty. We can slaughter these. Am I the only one using AoE? Mold colony needs to die. Somebody's having a tough time in the novice channel. I've heard places where people... Oh great! You had to open the mimic, didn't you? But yeah, I've heard of people that always only prefer people that specifically know what they're doing. They even have some guild members like that. And I don't agree. If you're seeing something for the first time, unless it's savage content, chances are you not knowing what the hell you're doing will not inconvenience or wipe your group. You just, you know, do whatever you must do. And completely ignore any people that go, "What do you mean you didn't watch the video?" Because chances are, at the very worst, it was only you who died, and you died once, and recovering from that was not that hard, and now you know that mechanic. With savage content, because it's a lot more personal, whether or not you watch guides will be up to your group. And with hard content, I actually prefer go in without knowing how to do something. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, but then it will take longer. It takes a lot less time if instead of spending time on figuring out what to do, You just, you know, go in and execute a strategy for a video. And it's like, yeah, sure, it's faster. But if you're not using your noggin, that's like half the fun of the raid gun. Oh. God damn it. What happened to my healer? Oh, they're somehow not here. Why? I imagine that we may be traversing some ancient ruins in Shadowbringers as well. They look like Amdapor Keep. I think I'm gonna have some fun. So much fun. Come here, everybody. Kill yourselves. To kill that tree because it keeps on birthing these ones. And God, is that an ugly baby? just a butterfly boss. Oh, more like a dragon. But it has wings, so close enough. Now there's fight in the novice channel. You're burning. Somebody went AFK because their potatoes are burning. Somebody's angry that people don't watch guide. Oh my, that is a lot of bad. I don't actually know why am I aggroing bloody hosts. Don't think they're very shooty. It's the doorman! I mean, literally, this is the doorman. It is like, open two of the same doors. Those two are the same. You have to open them at the right time. That may be a bit too early, but it should work. The two doors over there are the same. And I don't think that this group will wipe it. I mean, they did wipe on some ads. That was because our killer got a phone call and then their potato set on fire. So, you know, explainable. They literally is a potato. I hope that they're right with those numbers because those two were the same as well. Woo! would love to play something on a literal potato. Sounds really tasty. Did you finish work, by the way, or are you on a very long break? Hey, good job, people said. Potato was saved. Time to eat. At least the outfit from this one doesn't look too bad. Oh, don't have to work. Ah! Half of this we read before we entered the dungeon, so let me just get to what Alpinode says. Your pleas fell on deaf ears? Loyal man, yes. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alpinode Lavender at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very unique in this part of the world. At least. Few indeed are your allies in Olda. Yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and the powerful. It just sounds like he's like, oh, come here, lady, you know, you can do a favor for me and I will do a favor for you. I'm a friend, don't worry. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain the situation to us and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. Oh god. Somebody is being very pissed and I don't think that they know what they're being pissed at in the novice chat. But they're like, if I was like you, I would commit suicide. And it's like, oh my. That's a brave exclamation. Are you okay, my dear? I think Alpinode wants someone else to use their mouth talents to please Alpinode, so that he can then use his mouth talents to please the wealthy. Your mouth talents, my lady.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
I very much appreciate you having a voice.
Sanctuary,
this gives me
Lady
time
Yukili?
to play with Cattail.
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware.
My table is
When
far
the
too
War of
wiggly.
Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms.
To arms!
Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
To your shores!
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Oh, ouch.
12 have mercy. And your people?
In that ship, apparently.
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so.
To be fair, when we go there, yeah, we find quite a bit of it. I mean, we find the whole city in Kugane.
I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
It's more like We sort of demolished your palace a little bit. Hope that's enough.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise. But our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care.
Aww.
I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Come and live with us in Revenant's Stall.
Is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
Sultana, give me money!
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
You also have either horns or very long ears, my lady!
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience.
I feel like she looks like one of them Star Trek characters, you know, the one with the big ears that everybody hates that has a very annoying voice. Star Wars,
Seek
that
only
one.
to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
Let me be as Alpino to do.
Your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Go and show them around. Take them to a bar or something. Caress their legs. Sleep on their butts like they may be a pillow. You know? What are we supposed to do with them? If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more from you than already offered so much, desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. So we are not to play with the refugees, we're actually to help them? That's a lot more boring. Hells, why didn't you just say sooner, Magnanimous? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. And fat butt cheeks make for great pillows. A wealthy merchant, as his entourage, were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, you see, but just sent what they can't come, meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advice, haha! If they wouldn't have, I wouldn't help you at all. Go and call on Frederick and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them these letters. That should set them straight. Everybody will eat for like a king for one night. I suppose it's better than food waste. I mean, could we just convince all the restaurants to send all of the things that are about to expire, like, directly to the refugees? You see this half-rotten banana? They will eat it. He's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man who can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Even the man that has just arrived and has passed out on the shore. They also deserve to die now. My, that's rather an odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? Sir Stroming, here's a rotted fish! I hope the stink doesn't make you vomit. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it, you mark my words. But it's food to get rid of. She would have thrown it away otherwise. Though I would love if some restaurant was like, hey, we have food to throw away, would you take it? I would be like, oh, thank you, you're done by shopping for me every single day. This is so nice. To be fair, at least they are doing something about the food waste by now. You have like restaurant app things where they will sell you food very discounted at like 1 AM because they're closing and they need to get rid of it before the next day. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri it's all in hand. Lady Yugiri, it's all in hand. I am very sorry your table got in the way, kind sirs. I dare not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momody is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you may be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we shall return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done so much for us, Master Alpinode, I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owned, Lady Yugiri, for naught have been given. The small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you will win the favor from the Syndicate. So not like mouth actions, just talking. Okay. Then I shall choose them with care. And will be accompanying us, yes? Good! Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing is unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us at the Royal Promenade. Are we helping this lady simply because she has a tail and came in a boat? Because we have, like, refugees from, you know, far less far away, just kind of sitting at the doorstep. I suppose they're a bit less important, so it's okay. The royal place. I need it. The Aetheryte, you take me there. That sounds royal enough? Sounds exactly like a royal place. A pleasure, Private Munchicus. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
Yugiri of Doma, I'm honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri.
But not literally everyone else that's at your walls.
Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule. and my people yearn to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon.
We'll take 5.
Instead, an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth
His
of
voice
Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it...
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril.
Okay, how about this little dude employs all of the 200 refugees doing whatever, even like mining the mines, and They receive money in return, which they can use to rent themselves a room.
One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage hath fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Oh well, we tried.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace. And I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
Would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Aw. You nice little midget.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
We should spread this rumor outside of this room instead. Let me just check a thing. Yeah, all good. All good. Yay! As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I will waste no more words on him. Not when the Domans are yet to need of aid. Everyone follow me to the Hall of Flames. You can be our defense force in the Hall of Flames! I want the big right? That's an old one. So many unlocking quests. Samurai. Stuff and more stuff and more stuff. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that matter to be reconsidered. The Monitorists have made their position clear. Agree. Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsa or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in a nairless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative. Place not bound by the concerns of great nations. Revenant's Toll! Minfilia, this is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it is under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time, a week mayhap, or even just a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alpinode. The headquarters of my order, the Science of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of a more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with not safe food and shelter by the way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Yoda, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alpinode, once again, I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains a matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Olden Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Magnanimous. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid of the immortal flames can provide. A carriage, maybe? Because apparently we are in need of one right now. Why did Alpinode walk all the way over there to speak with me? We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequenced aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. That in mind, Mistress Malmedy has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time that they're ready to set out from Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel, we embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught Immortal Flames could do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed, but the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls on us private citizens. I will engage the services of 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well, we shall begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Yugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. It sounds like we have work to do, Lady Yugiri. Let's put our heads together and settle on the details of our arrangement, shall we? Mistress Mamadi is quite right. There is much to be done, Magnanimous. I would like you to visit Gigayan, the 77 Caravan's representative in Scorpion Crossing, to ensure that everything goes according to plan. I think we can't just leave it and run there. No point in teleporting. I seem to have quite a number of cats at the moment. Doing some cat things. Reaping computers like they're not supposed to. Gotta say, even with my big head in the way, this is still very pretty. I see another player character, for they have jumped. Welcome, madam, welcome. May I say what an honor and privilege it is to serve you. Our finest carriages have been set aside for your use, and each will be driven by a highly experienced coachman, save for one. Beg pardon, why not all of them? Well, there was an incident, you see. Nothing bad, I hasten to add, and I have no choice but to discipline the fellow responsible. Alas, he proved unduly discouraged by this and elected to leave our employ. A pity, really. He was so familiar with the route in question. Why, under different circumstances, this very like that, I would have chosen him to oversee this very caravan. A thought occurs to me. You are an accomplished adventurer, you know. Then mayhap you could go to Coffer and Coffin and persuade the fellow in question to return. Needless to say, noble madam, I would never suggest such a thing were it not for your best interest, eh? I am actually feeling a bit better about this now that he's asking us to do something, because nothing comes for free. Especially not from a Lalafell, like literally nothing comes for free. So if he wasn't like asking for something, I would be like questioning as to why. He may have had an issue with his employer and thought that we could sort the situation with him, for him. Leader Van, bugger me off, driving days are done. Gion saw to that, wouldn't listen when I tried to tell him what happened, reported to the Blades, he said. As the goddamned Blades, what took me stuff in the first place? To him, it's excuses and whining, of course. Tell me I've got to pay for the missing goods out of me bleeding pocket. The nerve of that bastard. Me ring. Everything me. Leave it to me. Okay. Me. Eh, you mean to say you'll take care of it? Get the stuff back and everything? Praise the 12! I hear the Dorsons take it somewhere in Nothica's Wells. Shouldn't be too hard to find. But best be careful, miss. This ain't like running what they took just cause you asked polite. Okay, best to go and ask not very politely. Meow meow? Hey. What is it? It's almost cat o'clock. Like, you normally stop streaming at about this time and get up and feed us. So, this little baby over here is just asleep. Ow! Oopsie. This be slightly bad. Or I need to get back up and then run around the right way. Why did I have to fall off the bridge? Maybe I should have stayed under the bridge because it almost looks like that's where we need to be. I don't like your face, Missy. Makes me want to do things to it. And I reckon my mates feel the same way. Ain't that right, lads? Really? What do you want to do with it? Stick your dick in it? Done trying to stick your dick in it? No? Okay. Okay, now you're done trying to stick your dick in it? I yield, it's all yours, just don't hurt me, please. Got your stuff back. How easy it is to just dress up as brass blades and pretend to be them. But they might not even be brass blades, they might just be thieves in costume. Hey, oh, it's you! Any luck finding the blades who robbed me? Well, bless ya, miss. Now I can settle my accounts with Gaigon. I'll make my way to the Scorpion Crossing straight away. Look forward to working with ya. Yeah. I'm trying to navigate one tail and one leg that's like right in front of the stuff. Oh, that is a wall. Where's the door? That's the door. Where having the cat tail and leg in front of the screen makes me blind. So much running between these two zones. Every step that I take, I will not need to take tomorrow. I should remind myself of that. The one of the hour. I hoped you might persuade him to return, but to go so far as to recover the stolen shipment, I must say that was a welcome surprise. Pre-inform Master Alpinote that our preparations are complete and we await his orders. At least it's easy to teleport to Ul'dah. I will need to order dinner soon. Can't wait. Thirsty today. And because it's ordered, I won't need to cook. Woo! No further delays, I trust. Excellent! I should leave more tasks in your capable hands. On which note, the Hourglass is now ready to receive the Domans, which means our next order of business is to ensure their safe passage to Ul'dah. As we speak, the Domans are being ferried to Wesper Bay, after which they will be transported by carriage to Ul'dah. Alas, while our plans have proceeded relatively smoothly until now, efforts to coordinate the refugees' preparations have been met with less success. Magnanimous, I would have you return to Wesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs to be done, do it. Speak with Hosen when you arrive. He has been designed the leader of the first group. I am now being a very... what's the name? Yeah, distracted by the thought of sushi. So I'm gonna stop the stream here and we're gonna continue our refugee journey tomorrow. So thank you for watching and I hope I'm gonna see you tomorrow.